Hello everyone, I am Shubhra Bhattacharya from Medical College Kolkata and I want to discuss in this lecture some very important tips and tricks and mnemonics of mineral nutrition of botany chapter for your upcoming NEET exam. So let's start with essential components. Okay, we all know essential elements mainly more than 60 among the 105 elements, and it's very important that gold, selenium and strontium is also essential for some plants. Mainly, the plants grow on the nuclear test sites. The radioactive strontium is essential for them. Don't forget to read the criteria of essentiality from the NCERT book, which is very clear. So I don't get into that. And we all know that most of the minerals present in the soil mainly absorbed by the root of the plant. Now coming to the mnemonics. Before the going to the mnemonics, please listen the story. It is a very important and interesting story. One day I thought that I want to eat cake. So there are two cafes in our area. One is Chopskins Cafe and one is Ginkop Cafe. So both they call me on Monday. Okay. So Chopkin called me and I pick up the call and I give them order because they are mega. But after then the Ginkop call me, but I don't take the call. Okay. So what is the story? Chopkin Cafe called me on Monday before Ginkop. That's it. So coming to the moral of the story. Like Chopkin Cafe called me on Monday before Ginkop. Okay. So CHOPKNS MO and Mn, Ni, boron, zinc and copper. They are the essential elements. Please remember this story. It's very interesting and easy story. Chopkin Cafe, call me on Monday before the Ginkop. Coming to we all know there are two types of mineral nutrients like macro and micro. Who are the macro? They are needed, which are needed in large amount. They are macronutrients. And which needed in small amount, less than 10 millimole per kg of dry mass, they are micronutrients. Again same story, Chopkin can mega, it's easy, CHOPKNS, Ca and Mg. Mega, so that means micronutrients. Okay. Now coming to the micronutrients. Micronutrients like Ginkop call me but fail. We know that. So Ginkop call me Monday but fail. Zn, CuCl, Mn, Mo, Ni, boron and iron. That's it. So it is very easy. Remember the story. Ginkop called me but after the Chopkin. So very interesting story. Chopkin Cafe called me Monday before Ginkop. And by this mnemonic we can derive that Chopkin can mega. Mega means macro and macro means CHOPKNS, calcium and magnesium. And Ginkop called me Monday but fail. That's it. So now coming to the next and most interesting, there is the again classification and category in the broad four spectrum, and they mainly based on the functions. Okay. So coming to the first function, which is the component of the biomolecule and the structural elements of the cell, like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. We all know that. Coming to the energy related chemicals like magnesium, phosphorus. Magnesium is essential for the chlorophyll and phosphorus in case of the ATP. Coming to the elements or the mineral nutrients which may be inhibit or active some enzymes. Okay, coming to the magnesium. Magnesium active two enzymes, ribulose bisphosphate and phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. Zinc, alcohol dehydrogenase, which is very important. Molybdenum, it is mainly for nitrogenous enzyme activator. Coming to the another segment, which can alter the osmotic potential. Mainly we all know that potassium. Potassium used for the opening and closing of the stomata. That's it. It's very easy. There are four classifications based on the functions. Coming to the role of the micro and macronutrients. So I want to specially discuss in this part the nutrient or the mineral nutrient, the absorb form and the action. Okay, so let's start with me. It is very easy. Nitrogen, mainly NO3 minus, NO2 minus or NH4 plus. And it's useful meristematic or metabolically active cells, and the role is major constituent for the protein, nucleic acid, vitamin, and hormone. It's very easy. Phosphorus, H2PO4 or HPO4 2-, cell membrane nucleotides, proteins, and phosphorylation reactions is needed by phosphorus. Coming to the potassium, K+, anion cation balance is maintained by them, and protein synthesis is mainly taken by the potassium. Stomata opening and closing and turgidity of the cell is maintained by the potassium, and this is very important. Coming to the next, like calcium. Calcium mainly Ca+2 and used for the cell wall synthesis, mainly calcium pectate present in the middle lamella. Mitotic spindle formation in the cell division, and also it activates some enzymes. Coming to the magnesium, Mg+2, we all know that it activates enzymes of the respiration photosynthesis. We know that DNA RNA synthesis is required. The magnesium, chlorophyll, the ring structure mainly formed by magnesium, we know that, and ribosome structure is mainly formed by the magnesium. Coming to the sulfur or the sulfate, SO4 2-, it's mainly present in the sulfur containing amino acid like cysteine, methionine, and it's also constitute of the coenzyme or vitamin and ferredoxin. Vitamins like thiamine, biotin, and coenzyme A. Okay. Coming to the iron, mainly Fe+3. It's important constitute for the protein like ferredoxin and cytochrome, and also activate the catalase enzyme. Chlorophyll formation, it's mainly by the iron. Coming to the manganese, Mn+2, it's very important because it's used for the liberation of the oxygen during the photosynthesis, is used for the splitting of the water. Zinc is very important againly because it's used for the oxygen synthesis. Copper is used for the redox reaction. Coming to the next page, and we know that boron, it's mainly absorbed by BO3 3- or B4O7 2-, and it's again important because it's used for the uptake and utilization of the calcium. Also pollen germination and cell elongation. Coming to the molybdenum is MoO2 2+, and it's used for the several enzymes including nitrate and nitrogenase reductase enzyme. Okay. Coming to the chlorine, Cl- is the absorption form, anion cation balance is used, and also there is important is O2 liberation in case of water splitting reaction in photosynthesis. That's it. Now coming to the deficiency syndromes. So deficiency syndrome is vary from element to element. It's very necessary. Deficiency syndrome is disappear when we give the deficient nutrient. It's obvious. And symptom also depends on the mobility of the elements. It is very important. It is depend on the mobility of the elements. We know deficiency syndrome first appeared in older plants in case of actively metabolized elements like nitrogen, potassium, and in case of younger tissue relatively immobile like sulfur and calcium. Okay. Now coming to the deficiency syndrome, look, there is the chlorosis, there is the necrosis, and there is the delay in the flowering. Okay, so start with chlorosis. Okay, so start with chlorosis. Please look there. There is the plant. We taken the picture from the web, and there is the green side. There is the green, and but there is the yellow. So there is the loss of chlorophyll, and there is the yellowing of the leaf. So this is called chlorosis. And we know the Mongenis. Mongenis is a cake zone, So Mongenis is the cake zone. So start Mongenis. MO molybdenum, Mn, Mg magnesium. So molybdenum, manganese, magnesium. I for iron, N for nitrogen, S for sulfur. Cake for K, and K for potassium. Zone for Zn. So Mongenis is a cake zone, which is the deficiency syndrome is the chlorosis. Okay. Coming to the next, there is the necrosis. Look at the picture. There is the necrosis, the brown spot. There's the dead tissues. So permanently they are particularly present in the leaf. So we know there is a kakku present in our India. there is a megacacco. That's it. Mg, Cu, Ca and K. They are deficient or lack, so there is a necrosis. Coming to the next, cell division inhibition is occur when there is a lack of monkeys. Monkeys, MONKEYS, MO for molybdenum, N for nitrogen, K for potassium and S for sulfur. And delays flowering, mainly flowering in monsoon time. So in case of monsoon, there is a delay flowering. So in case of molybdenum, nitrogen and sulfur deficiency or lack of them, there may be delay flowering occurs. So there is a very tricky and most important in this lecture, this slide. Okay, now coming to the next, in this lecture, I want to discuss from the bottom to the top. Like in case of phosphate, there may be leaf are more darkened than other leaves. Carbon dioxide, if there is deficiency, so white deposit on the leaves. In case of potassium, yellowing of the tip and the edges, okay, in the younger leaf usually. And in case of calcium, newer leaves may be stunted, but existing leaves remain green. In case of iron deficiency, younger leaves are yellow, white with veins, but existing leaves are green. In case of nitrogen, upper leaves are lighted green, but lower are yellow. In case of manganese deficiency, yellow spot and elongated holes between the veins are seen. Yellow spots and elongated holes between the veins are seen. And in case of magnesium, the lower leaves turns yellow from the outside, but the veins remain green. So in this diagram, you can notice the new and old plant leaves and the deficiency syndromes in a single slide. Now coming to the last slide of this lecture, and I want to discuss the toxicity of the micronutrients. So let's notice, if there is any mineral, its concentration is reduced, the dry weight of the tissue by 10%, there is the toxic concentration. Okay, now coming to the picture. So clearly notice there are the brown spots present surrounding the chlorotic vessels or chlorotic veins. Okay, brown spots surrounding the chlorotic veins, mainly due to the toxicity of manganese. Why? Because when the manganese toxicity is increased, when the manganese concentration is increased, there is a reduction of iron and magnesium uptake. There is inhibition of magnesium binding to the specific enzyme, and also inhibition of calcium translocation in the shoot apex. So there is the reduction of iron, magnesium and calcium when there is the toxicity of manganese. So there I will stop the discussion. So I share the PDF, but I want to say, please carefully remember the mnemonics, because tips and tricks essential for your NEET exam.